For many, Eliza Carthy is at the forefront of a revival in English traditional music. Part of a legendary musical dynasty, Eliza has been on the road since her teens, mixing genres as disparate as music hall, tango and even drum and bass. Twice nominated for the Mercury Music Prize, Eliza has brought this kind of music to a new generation.
To take something that everyone's familiar with and to suddenly give it another depth, another powerful sensibility, that really, I think that's a great strength.
The way that she performs, you really are able to kind of see through her to the music and the words. The song is always kind of bigger than the singer.
A lot of the older folk bands tend to kind of concentrate on the playing. Fair enough, you know. I mean, and it's not like a classical recital, but it has, you know, you listen to the music and that's all you're getting. Whereas Eliza, it just looked like it kind of was a physical thing that had taken her over.
Are they pop songs or are they folk songs because of where she comes from? I think she would tell you they're part of the same thing.
Each generation has their own influences. It's how tradition goes on, it's how it marches on. The music itself, you can do whatever you want with it. It doesn't mind, it's very forgiving.
Norma was singing up until 2 weeks before Eliza was born. All that racket going on upstairs, he's doomed always to be a musician. No, what a musician too.
Eliza is recording her new album at her home in the Scottish borders, 20 miles south of Edinburgh.
We started making this album in 2002. I was signed to Warner Brothers for about 3 years, and basically I hadn't really thought about making a songwriting album before that point, just because I'd been working with the traditional material.
Eliza's music relies on the freedom to experiment with musical styles. When she's not on the road, the calm of her remote home gives her the space to write new material.
There's a really strong musical community out here. You know, it's all people like us. There's just music all around here. The guy that fixes our boilerplate on the album, you know, is an amazing jazz bass player, Tom Line. He comes by, checks on the central heating, and then just bangs a few tracks down for us. On the dark streets of a winter city, he showed me his big love to my face. By the time spring came, I was still ripe and pretty. And there was another big girl in kind of been a little bit of a not very well kept secret that we've been writing this album for like 6 years. Just, you know, it's gone through lots and lots of different incarnations, but it's always been called the same thing.
Dreams of Breathing Underwater, her new album, is partly about Eliza's time with a major record label.
I really don't belong on a major label at all, and I totally signed to a major label right at the time when everybody was just starting their little cottage industries and everything. It's nice to be back with Topic Records again, it's nice to be back with an indie again and everything, and yeah, self-determination rocks.
Eliza Carthy has returned to her home in the Borders to record a new